Check 1 2, check 1 2. Welcome. Here we are at the Athlete Institute in Mono, Ontario. First game of 2022. I'm Chris McKee. Tonight's matchup, Orangeville Prep coming in at 4-1 in OSBA action. Had a couple games canceled just before the start of the new year, and as well as one just right after the new year. And then Addison coming in 5-2. Addison, school out of Markham, Ontario, which is just north of Toronto. And they're coming off a win last night, so to see how their legs are, definitely going to be interesting. Back-to-back games for them, where Orangeville a little bit rested. They're coming off a win back on January 21st against Victory Prep. So tonight, if you're tuning in to check out Orangeville, no Majambo Mbike. He is out tonight. Aside from that, rest of the squad in and healthy. So I don't think we're doing the anthem or the pregame introductions because I usually do it on the microphone. Not happening. Looks like we're going to get right into the action. So Orangeville in their home whites with black and gray trim. Addison in blue and yellow. Some white trim down the side, looking like the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL. Same color scheme. Or Golden State Warriors in the NBA, you could say as well. So happy to be back in the booth. First game of 2022 for myself. And just exciting to be here when you see a lot of the other, sports shut down, not happening. So it is a blessing. We are all in this gym tonight. We'll get to starting lineups in just a second. So starting for Addison, it's number 6, Baraka Akoyo. He's going to be one of their feature players, usually leads the team in scoring. Number 12, Stephen Akoyo. We got number 3, Jonathan Good. Number 23 is Jason Taylor. And number 11 is Darius Morris. On the floor for Orangeville is Jeremy Fumina, the 6'11 forward. Looks like we've got, is that Jalik Dunkley distant out there, one of the twins. Rory Stewart, Jefferson Monegro, Keontae Beals. And it is Jalik playing center. So here we go, back to it. Keontae Beals with the ball to Rory Stewart, one of the best pure shooters in the country. Jefferson Monegro from the corner. What a way to start the night. Jeff for 3, swish. And Orangeville trying to trap Stolen, pushed out ahead, Monegro. And he was thinking dunk, then went laying, and it ended up ugly. Addison down the other end. Jason Taylor, 23. Little floater inside. That's Baraka Akoyo. And then down the other end, Jalik inside to Rory Stewart. So Baraka Akoyo, number 6 for Addison. Mentioned he's going to be the feature guy for the most part. Had 15 points against Lincoln earlier this year, 25 against Crestwood. So this guy can fill it up. Rory Stewart at the line. Good to see Rory back on the court. He was sitting off injured when I was up here last, just before Christmas. Rory goes, 6'9", originally from London, England. Hits the second at 2. Orangeville continuing to play tight D early. Addison works through it. Akoyo, baseline jumper, misses Rory Stewart with the rebound. Monegro inside to Jalik. Jalik got away with an offensive. He went into the much bigger Akoyo and he just fell to the ground. You don't want to run into number 12. That's a big dude. I got to think Akoyo goes easy 6'8", 6'9", just by looking at him. And there's Akoyo, loose ball turnarounds, and he gets his own rebound and the roll. Stephen Akoyo. Well, watch out for that's going to be a nice battle. Akoyo, number 12, and then Jeremy Fumina on Orangeville. Ball bouncing around, stolen. And Akoyo, Baraka Akoyo. He's already got 2 baskets. Addison with the lead. Jalik for 3, why not? Rebound, Stephen Akoyo. So just my early impressions here. Number 12, Looks like he's going to be a problem on Jay Addison, Stephen Akoyo, as well as Baraka Akoje. Nifty guard's got the ball in his hand right now. And it looks like a push off on Stephen Akoyo. See, I'm not a fan of that. You got two big guys down there, the 6'11 Fomina, and like I said, Akoyo looks a good 6'9. And let the big boys play, man. They're not delicate. Some big dudes out there. 7:57 to go in the first quarter. Jay Addison with the lead. Mentioned Jay Addison 5-2, Orangeville 4-1. A very rare OSBA loss to Royal Crown a couple weeks ago. Monegro, short, rebound Akoyo. It's Darius Morris with the ball in his hand. Jonathan Good threw everyone off the glass, no good. Rory with the rebound. Stewart, good ball movement. Keontae Beals in the corner. Fomina wrestling with it. Kicks it back out, and then Keontae drives and then denied. Fomina! And one, Jeremy Fomina. So Fomina in there scrapping, doing the little things here in the early going. Game tied at 6. If you are out there listening, I cannot see any of the comments in the YouTube stream, but you can drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE. Usually keep that up during the game, or at least check it from time to time. Fomina hits a couple free throws, or just the one, converts. Lead to 8-6. Good ball movement from Jay Addison. Corner, swish. Ooh. Darius Morris from the corner. Jay Addison back in front. Rory Stewart spots up, and he stepped out of bounds. Good call, referee. So I talk about this in every broadcast. Usually it's the away team that you'll see step out of bounds 3 or 4 times during every single game. Not tonight. Rory on his home court. Baraka Akoje. Could have been a travel. Jason Taylor got away with it. Good. And oh my goodness, Baraka Akoje. Oh, nothing but net. And it looks like a little foul going to be called, unfortunate, on Jason Taylor, it looks like. 23, it is, yeah. Unfortunate. Well, hey, it looks like we're going to have a game tonight, folks. Fomina, oh my gosh! Two-handed, all power, Jeremy Fomina. Well, there's one of your highlights right there. Orangeville looking to create a turnover. Fomina steals it. The big man, you know he's going coast to coast. Oh, and has it stripped. White ball, so it looks like, who is it? No, sorry, Darius Morris. No, it is Baraka Akoje, excuse me. Just stepped out on the line when he was trying to save that. Referees conversing. So thanks for joining us out there on YouTube Streamland. Don't forget to click subscribe, stay up to date. All things Orangeville Prep and OSBA. Stewart. Beals inside to Monegro. Jeff inside. Jeremy Fomina, back-to-back dunks. And he's feeling it. You don't want to wake him up this early. Woo! Back-to-back from the big man from Montreal. Ball was bouncing around. Who's the foul on? So the foul looks like it's on Fomina. Oh, no, it was on 0, so Jalik it was on. The ref was making a weird gesture with his hand, and I realized it was a 0. So Jalik Dunkley distant with the foul. Stephen Akoyo picks up his dribble. Ooh. And Morris slides under the defender. Lovely finish, Darius Morris. Jay Addison back out front, 14-12. I'll tell you, Jay Addison's got some guys. My early impression, Fomina bouncing around. Akoyo rips that one away. Baraka Akoje guarded tightly by Keontae Beals, and he's fouled. So Akoje will go to the line. It's out of Caledon, Ontario, which is just down the street. If you head down Highway 10, just south of the building here in Orangeville Prep, or Athlete Institute, excuse me. Checking into the game for the first time, Justin Chase, number 8 for Orangeville. And we got number 15, Tyler Garcia, coming in for Jay Addison. Hits the first one. Second free throw. Can't get the roll. Rory picks it up. Monegro coast to coast. Oh, everything but the finish. He took it to a new gear there, just couldn't put it away. Okoje, and just lost a handle on it. Good call by the referee. Justin Chase was there to defend. Not sure what was going on. I think Jay Addison wanted a timeout. He's saying, I didn't call a timeout. A bit of confusion over at the scores table. Now he's taking a timeout. He said he'll take it, might as well. All right, bit of confusion. Either way, first time out of the game. Hey, what a start. Jay Addison up 15-12. Jay Addison just from Markham, Ontario. So home of Bill Crothers. And you can hear the Orangeville huddle getting a little animated. Doesn't sound like Tony, sounds like one of the assistants. But hey. So of course, don't forget to follow Orangeville Prep and Athlete Institute on Instagram, as well as follow the OSBA. Stay up to date on all things Orangeville Prep. Follow them on Twitter as well. I'm more of a Twitter guy than I am Instagram guy. I do post some stuff on the IG, but you can also check out my basketball Instagram, Undrafted Free Agent. So it's undrafted_FA. So after every game, I will do some interviews with the players and post some of the highlights. So I always put that up on my Undrafted Free Agent site, or you can just go to undraftedfreeagent.com. Easy for me to say. I cover mostly the mid-majors, so Division I, but the smaller colleges, because if you want to find information about Duke and North Carolina, it's out there. You want to find info about someone on Toledo or Akron, it's tough to find, so you come to me. We'll get into some of the Orangeville alumni playing, including one at Toledo, which is the #1 team in the MAC right now, Mid-American Conference, excuse me. So there's a lot of conversation going on here between the Jay Addison coach and Vince Bull, the ref. Garcia with the ball. Trying to get by Keontae Beals. No basket of travel. Good call. I was going to say that. I didn't want to call the young guy out just stepping onto the court, but it looked like a travel. Good call by the referee. Tight defense from Keontae. So I am liking Monegro's look with the high knee socks. I'm an old school guy, so reminds me of like the 1970s and 80s. You would always see Dr. J used to wear the knee-high socks. Justin Chase for 3. Too strong. Rebound Akoyo. So Stephen Akoyo, a rebounding machine. That's got to be at least, I think, 5 for him I don't have this access to the stats in front of me. Akoyo, Baraka, kick out, and just a little too reckless. He drove, he's one of those guys. When I see him drive to the basket, he's thinking nothing but hoop. But I think he got in the middle, and got stuck and went, uh-oh, and just wildly tossed that out of bounds. Excuse me. It's my first game of 2022. I'm a little tongue-tied. Beals. And, Garcia was ripping at his shirts. Tyler literally had a handful of Jefferson Monegro's shirt. He goes to the ground. Now, Jeff's not one of those. He's not a very vocal guy, very quiet. He's not going to get up and complain. He's not Shamar Rattan-Mays. Shout out to Shamar, Youngstown State, having a great season. I've watched him 3 or 4 times this year. Getting to that during one of the breaks. Garcia. And one. Tyler Garcia. And then he wants to get in Rory's face. My goodness. The 5'10 Tyler Garcia over top of the 6'9 Rory Stewart. Jay Addison looking to add to their lead. Garcia converts. 18-12, 6-point lead. 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Monegro. And then Garcia again, yeah. So that was the call they should have made on the previous play. Just made up for it because I don't think he got much of them there. Not a shooting foul, obviously. Beals will inbound, guarded by Darius Morris. Again, more conversation. It's hard to tell because everyone's got a mask on, so it's just kind of very muffled. It's tough for me to understand, to be able to let you know what I can hear out there. Monegro. They've got numbers. Little floater, teardrop. Can't go. Knocked out of bounds. And Fomina sold that to the ref because the ref honestly didn't know. Shot clock at 14. Plenty of time for Orangeville. Fomina. And a delicious little jumper. Jeremy Fomina. When you're 6'11", if you don't have that in your bag of tricks, I don't know what to say, but Jeremy's definitely got it. You're going to be seeing him playing on television next year. Garcia, wide open 3, short. Jay Addison underneath. Morris. And it looks like a travel. What's the call? No. Oliver Engen going to come in for the first time today. Beals will take a breather. Number 6. Oliver, one of the young guys. It's a class of 2024. You know what's funny, though? I mean, we're in 2022. To me, 2024 used to seem like 6 years away. It's only 2 years away now. And missed that. Looked at like there was a foul off the ball, I think, on Baraka Akoyo. 18-14, Jay Addison leads, just under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Engen, Fomina, you take it, you got the shorter guy on you, and Jeremy recognizes, and he's called with an offensive. We've got his arm around. Unnecessary. You know, Fomina, he had about 6 inches on his defender. He's got to recognize. Now, when he's got Stephen Akoyo on him, then you'll see Jeremy want to, kick out to one of the three-point shooters, but he had the smaller defender on him. Morris, baseline jumper denied. Oliver Engen just into the game, making an impact. That's what you want to see from the youngster. Inbound, swiped away. Akoyo a little careless with it. Monegro. Fomina. There he goes, doesn't want to take on Akoyo. Monegro. Feet inside, and Fomina tripped by Baraka Akoyo. Put his hand up right away. Not a bad foul because, I mean, if Jeremy catches that cleanly, he's hammering it down, and, you know, then you get the Orangeville bench into it. So no spectators in attendance other than the other Orangeville team, the provincial team. They all live in the dorm here with these boys, so. Fomina at the free throw line, mentioned 6'11", out of Montreal. Spent last year down in Florida playing for Central Point Christian Academy. Back home in Canada. Garcia. Ooh. Baraka behind the back. Too much. And Stephen Akoyo battling with Justin Chase, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Orangeville ball. So that's a stop Orangeville needed. Chase. Engen, guarded by Morris. Stewart yet to get going. It's been mostly Fomina. Mid-range jumper, short. Rory's underneath to Monegro. Easy basket, Jefferson Monegro. We got a tie ball game at 18. 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Stolen by Fomina, well read. And Jeremy coast to coast over everyone. Jeremy Fomina. Orangeville back in the lead. It's been all Fomina in the first quarter. Garcia, lovely feed. Stephen Akoyo, the response. (2020). Rory to Chase from the free throw line. Justin Chase. That's his shot. That's his moneymaker right there. He's got a beautiful mid-range jumper. He's got one of the best verticals in the country, maybe the best. So he uses it in that mid-range just to elevate over everyone. You can't defend it. If he can hit that shot and get himself paid one day. Hit that shot on a regular, I should say. Baraka Akoyo, excuse me. I got him and Akoyo mixed up, forgive me. Garcia from the corner, air ball. So Orangeville looks like they'll hold for the last shot of the first quarter. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to go. Monegro. Feed inside to Rory. Long two, short. Chase. The response, Justin Chase. So Justin coming off the bench with a couple delicious shots right there. Also hit the one at 22. So at the end of one, Orangeville 24, Jay Addison 20, but hey folks, we got a ball game. So I haven't called a close game up here probably since the last game of 2019, where we had the brawl up here with Lincoln Prep. And that's featured in the TV show Anyone's Game, featuring Orangeville Prep. Of course, don't forget, go check that out on CBC Gem. And I think it's on the documentary channel in the U.S. because I remember PVRing a few episodes through that channel with CBC Gem. And, of course, there's a few clips on YouTube. Just go onto the CBC YouTube or type in Anyone's Game. You can check it out. But, yeah, I'm excited. Looks like we're going to have a game here tonight. So this is the first of 3 games, 3 OSBA games in a week for Orangeville. We're back here Friday night against Toronto Prep, which is a rescheduled game. And then again on Monday, the 31st. And let me just pull up the text. I believe that's the game against Ridley. 1 second. Yes, so January 31st. So the 28th, Toronto Prep here. 31st against Ridley. And then finally closing out the season Wednesday, February 9th against Royal Crown. So Royal Crown, the only team to beat Orangeville so far this year in the OSBA. And just the second team to beat them in the regular season in, 3 years? I think the last time I remember them losing a regular season game, because obviously last year, no season. The year before, they went undefeated in the regular season and then won the OSBA championship, as documented in the show Anyone's Game. So the year before, they lost to Thornley on the road. Going back to 2018, it was a guy named Keyshawn Barthelemy, former player up here at AI, who is now a starting guard with the University of Colorado Buffaloes. So Keyshawn, one of my favorite players to ever step to this gym, both as a player and as a guy who's got along with Keyshawn, and I'm just so happy to see his success right now, just torching the Pac-12. And you know what? I'll give Keyshawn this credit. Now, he ended up transferring out of Orangeville Athlete Institute, but, you know, he went down, he redshirted the first year at Colorado, didn't play, then played very sparingly his first 2 years, and now he's a starter. Now he's one of the best players in the Pac-12. But normally you'd see a guy like him not getting the minutes year 1 and 2. I'm going to transfer out. I should be a superstar. Well, now here he is as a junior, and he's finally settling in, and he finally is ready to play in the Pac-12. And he's becoming a real player. (24-20) Orangeville leads. Back to it. Baraka Okoye to Garcia, who's made a good impact since he's come off the bench for Jay Addison. Garcia just blows by Rory Stewart. So Rory having a hard time with the 5'10 Garcia. The young man's got some handle. Monegro just blew by Garcia and everyone. And then Monegro's fouled. Looks like it's going to be Stephen Akoyo. So Monegro to the free throw line. Monegro, one of the most sought after players in the country. You'll be seeing him playing NCAA basketball next season somewhere. So chatting with Coach O just before the game, said, hey, we're going out to Rhode Island February 3rd for another tournament. And he said that's kind of when we expect a lot of the recruiting interest to heat up and guys actually beginning to start to sign and make their announcements. Well, usually, what is it, February 1 usually signing day? So sometime after that. Baraka Okoye. Darius Morris, guarded by Engen. Garcia, wide open three. Missed it. So Sterling was his defender. So Kenyon Sterling, seeing his first action, slipped out there. So Garcia had a wide open look. Engen. Monegro. So Orangeville going with a smaller lineup with Fomina on the bench. So now you're going to see, if I'm Jay Addison, it's going to be all Stephen Akoyo. Feed the big man. Because Fomina's on the bench, let the big guy try and dominate. So that's one thing. Jay Addison has yet to really go deep into their bench. The only substitution I've seen them make is Garcia, really. And Taylor's going to take a breather as Jonathan Good back in, but I think they've only played 6 players so far, maybe 7. Whereas Orangeville has gone pretty deep into their bench already. Okoye. I didn't see what the call was. I was looking down at my bottle of water. Either way, turnover. It's going to be Orangeville ball. Kenyon Sterling to inbound. Monegro, guarded by Garcia. Chase. Jeff attacks, floater. Rebound, Stephen Akoyo. So it looks like he's probably going to get the double figures on rebounds. Garcia wide open look, didn't want it, not sure why. And then spins through. A little wildly turned over. So Garcia's got some handle. And he's really got a nice first step. He's just a little too erratic or wild driving to the hoops sometime. A little bit more control. But he can play. Monegro, oh my gosh. That was like Dr. J.S. where he suspends and then kind of that little ball turn underhand roll. That was just lovely. Jefferson Monegro. I say he's got the knee-high socks like Dr. J, and now he's playing like him. 27-25, Orangeville. And Morris missed on that 3 attempt for Jay Addison. Chase. And then there's that mid-range jumper again, Justin Chase. He is killing him with that shot. You can't defend it. What did he tell me his vertical was? Like 43.5 inches? Ooh, the response. Baraka Akoyo for 3 as he's falling down. Well, I think I got to interview Baraka after the game. Engen. Can't get it to go. Rebound Akoyo. From the free throw line, too much. Monegro. So Jeff having a night, and then he's fouled. Rory in and out. So on 3, who's 3 out there? I'm just trying to see. So Jonathan Good, the foul was on, and he'll be replaced by Jason Taylor. Not the Jason Taylor of Miami Dolphins NFL Hall of Fame. Different Jason Taylor. The other Jason Taylor. Oh, there's Chase again. Oh my gosh. Heat check. Justin Chase is having a night. They can't stop him. I haven't seen him heat up like this ever. Looks like the grind session was treating Justin Chase good. He's taking his game to a new level. Baraka Akoyo fouled. Oof. Well, that was just beautiful. So I've said this before where, you know, Justin, that mid-range game, that's a thing. Before they had the three-point line in the 80s, that's where your guards were expected to take shots. It reminds me so much just when he has that mid-range jumper because he just elevates so high. Clyde Drexler, formerly from Houston in the NCAA, and then, of course, with the Portland Trailblazers in the NBA. But he just physically, he looks just like him. Elevates. It's so smooth. Clyde the Glide Drexler. Justin, if you're watching, go look him up. Not a bad guy to model your game after. 32-27, and the air conditioning is just kicking in here in the Athlete Institute. The temperature changes in here are awesome. Sometimes it's scorching hot, other times it is ice cold. Chase for 3, heat check. Ooh, finally cools off. Hey, Justin's got to take that shot the way he's playing though. Garcia, kick out, Darius Morris wide open. The response, Darius Morris. Lead down to 2, 32-30. Jay Addison not going away. Monegro, Rory for 3, take it. Bam, Rory Stewart. Needed that one, 35-30. Rory's first 3 of the day. If you can get Rory heating up along with Chase, watch out. So Fomina still on the bench for Orangeville. Morris back to back. Darius Morris. First it was Chase for Orangeville. Now it's Morris on Jay Addison. Back-to-back 3s. Monegro, kick out Rory. Let's see if he can respond. Nope. We got a game, folks. The air condition may be pumping in here, but it's heating up in here. And Baraka Akoyo Great at drawing fouls. You know what? It's funny because he's very frail. He's a skinny guy. They got him listed at 6'1", maybe. You know, we're talking 6 foot, 6'1". But he's tough, man. He's not afraid to go in there, draw contact, and this dude can play. So Monegro going to have a breather. Engen back in. Who else is out there? Remy Tissington seeing his first action as well, 22. So I want to see Chase keep putting it up, man. When he's having a night like this, let's go. In and out, couldn't tie the ball game. Engen running the point now. Tissington. Remy can shoot the three. He's not afraid. Chase. And the foul on Rory. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They were both kind of wrestling for it. Either way. Foul goes Jay Addison way. So Fomina coming back in. Rory getting in foul trouble. Will have a breather. 4:37 to go. Orangeville 1 point lead. 35-34. I'm Chris McKee. Great game here. If you're out there watching on YouTube Streamland, I can't see the comments. Drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Or check out undrafted_FA. Ah, come on. Akoyo was just a little wild with that. Got away with one. I think they called that on Tissington. One-point game. I'm not sure. So it's not a shooting foul. Looks like Jay Addison's going to inbound. Garcia out of Mississauga. Akoyo comes in, collects. A little hesitation. And Jason Taylor, ball rolls around. Nice finish, Jason Taylor. Jason from Pickering, my neck of the woods. Formerly at a Pine Ridge, which I always show love to that. That's just down the street from me. I coached high school football at Pine Ridge for 4 seasons, so know the program intimately. And Pine Ridge certainly one of the better, regular high school programs, not in the OSBA, in Ontario anyways. I show love to my Scarborough and Pickering guys. I remember, this is how old I am. I remember the first year Pine Ridge opened. It was the year before I moved to Pickering. There used to be just Dunbarton and Pickering High, and then that was the one they put in the middle. Fomina for three, why not? Oh, in and out. Rebound Akoyo. So that's got to be around 10. I'm going to get the halftime stats. Akoyo's got to be in double digits in the first half in rebounds. I'd like to see him get more involved offensively. Big guy, I mean, just looking at his body, he looks like, a junior in college basketball right now. Wrestling around, Chase gets it. Monegro back out there to Fomina. Get your phones out. Oh, just went with the easy lay-in. I was looking for the highlight reel there, Jeremy. Orangeville back with a 1 point lead. 3:15 to go in the half. Garcia. See, Garcia's got great little moves to separate, but then doesn't shoot. Akoyo inside. I heard the slap from here. How they didn't call that foul on him, I don't know. And third time's a charm. Stephen Akoyo, and one. No, they're calling a travel? What are they? Well, he doesn't know it yet. Look, I'm the Orangeville Prep commentator, but Stephen Akoyo just got jobbed. I could hear the slap on his first attempt up here, and he's just wrestling around for the ball and put that away. Unfortunate for the big man. Alas, Orangeville hanging on to a 1 point lead. Chase to Sterling. Pass was a little tough for Rory. Tissington from the corner. Remy Tissington from the corner. Baraka Akoyo. Ball in his hand for Jay Addison. That's got to be an offensive foul. Thank you. He just put his shoulder into Monegro. And there we go. So if I'm Jay Addison, maybe a timeout here. Give these guys a little breather because they have not gone into the bench. You don't want to see this one get away from them, get to double digits before the half. Maybe a timeout might be in order. Remy to Sterling. And then Sterling just tosses that one out of bounds. Ken's got to settle down. I think it was hard for him. You know, Ken's been starting a little bit and then sat in the bench the entire first quarter, came out a little cold. So maybe he's not into it the way some of the other guys are as far as the tempo of the game. Hopefully in the second half, gets that right. Jonathan Good. Akoyo. Monegro comes away with it. Tizington in the corner. Rory wide open. Sterling gets that loose ball underneath the basket, not there, and it's going to be a possession arrow ball, and it favors Orangeville. So Ken doing the dirty work under the hoop, keeping possession for Orangeville. And there's a timeout on the floor. Well, folks, we got a ball game. Thanks for joining us out there in YouTube Streamland. 40-36, the hometown Orangeville Prep Bears hanging on to a tight lead, but this is anyone's game. I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play. So now that we're in a break, talk about some of the Orangeville alum. You know, I watch, a disgusting amount of college basketball. Last year I watched about 850 games. The majority of them mid-major games. I'm at about somewhere in the 350 range right now, a little behind last year, but certainly up there. I will certainly get to well over 500 games, 600 before the season. But mentioned Shamar Rattan-Mays down at Youngstown State. I've watched Shamar quite a bit this season. He's definitely going to be in the mix for All-Conference Horizon League. He was a Horizon League All-Freshman. Mentioned Keyshawn Saunders down at Toledo. Toledo is now, 16-4? Number one team in the Mid-American Conference, which is a damn good conference. I watched the entire game the other day. Toledo beat Ohio, which is a really good program. Ohio made the NCAA tournament last year. We got Kyler Filowich down at Southern Illinois. Kyler starting last year. He's coming off the bench this year, but playing some big minutes in the MVC. Darius Diavero down at Valparaiso. I chatted with his head coach, Matt Lodich, on Monday in a call. You can go check out some of that conversation on Undrafted Free A, but he was praising Darius. Oh, my God! Now I'm praising Justin Chase out of nowhere. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Justin Chase. Holy cow. I mean, there's that vertical. That's the best vertical in the country. Holy cow. I mean, it's been all Justin Chase. And I think they're not even allowing that. They're calling a foul. You got to be kidding me. Tony McIntyre livid, and so am I. Come on. I gotta. I'm speechless. Well, Justin Chase, holy cow. So 42-37, 144 to go. Let's get back to it here. Garcia, step back, take the three. Not there. Rebound. There's Janai out there seeing his first action. The travel on Rory. And that's a good call. So the thing with Orangeville, they're going deep into their bench. So we got Janai Dunkley-Distant coming out, seeing his first action with a minute and a half to go. Jalik started the game. We haven't seen him in a while. He's Janai's twin brother. Baraka Akoyo, too strong. Tizington comes away with it as he almost did the splits as he fell. Monegro, Rory take it. And Rory having an off night. Can't heat up. Garcia coast to coast. Akoyo knocks that away. Akoyo, excuse me. Tissington, pick your head up. Remy. And Stephen Akoyo rips that away. Own the boards tonight. Lovely. Oh, what a bounce pass. And who was on that finish? That's Josh Luziyamo. He's only the second time he's been into the game. Number 5. Rory, wide open look, chase. Oh! A little bit too dramatic there. I think Justin overestimating his own vertical. Oh. Well, hey, I tell you, Justin Chase is not done tonight with the highlights. You can see he's feeling it. I haven't seen him feel it like this, if ever maybe. He's in his zone tonight. So we are certainly not done with the Justin Chase show just yet. So 18.6 to go. This thing's starting to get a little bit more heated as well. And we got Remy Tissington at the free throw line. Remy, 2024, another youngster. Played at Rise Prep before he came up here to Orangeville. Also at St. Edmund Campion High School. He's out of Brampton. Hitting free throws. Time out on the floor. Jay Addison want to set their last shot. So depending on who Orangeville has out there, I think if Fomina is on the bench, I'd love to see Jay Addison feed it down to Stephen Akoyo, the big man. Unless Fomina is on the bench, there's no one that can handle him. Or Darius Morris, he had a good stretch of couple back-to-back threes. I don't know why they got away from him. Let him shoot the ball. So we're getting back to some of the Orangeville alumni in the NCAA. We also got David Muka down at Lamar in the Southland Conference. I watched last week. My son and I sat and watched Northeastern versus Delaware. And, of course, Coleman Stuka, one of the Orangeville grads, and Alex Nawaga. Alex redshirted last year, and it was great to see him out there doing freakishly athletic things. So Northeastern, big blow to them. They had a really good point guard, young man named Tyson Walker, who was the CAA Defensive Player. This is the Colonial, the division they're in. Colonial Defensive Player of the Year and an outstanding point guard. Well, he transferred to Michigan State, and now he's the starting point guard for Michigan State. So, and he's killing. I watched him play for Michigan State the other day. Shout out to Manny D. He's a graduate assistant, not grad transfer, graduate assistant down at Michigan State. I was chatting with Manny via Twitter last week. Love seeing him do amazing things. It's always awesome watching the Michigan State, Instagram or Twitter feed. And then I see Tom Izzo and Roy Williams, two of the greatest coaches of all time, sitting having a conversation. And there's Manny right there sitting watching the two of them. So getting a great window into some amazing basketball knowledge. 10 seconds left. Garcia. Corner. We got Liam Shaw off the bench. First action, and they give him the 3. And Akoyo can't get a handle on it. And that's not going to count. It's not going to count. So a pretty weird choice. So you got Liam Shaw, number 24, who has not played a lick all game. You bring him off the bench to try and hit the final shot with 3 seconds left. Alas, Orangeville will go to the half with the lead, 44-39. What a show by Jeremy Fomina in the first quarter, and then, my goodness, Justin Chase in the second quarter. Good Lord, is he getting it going. So we'll see what's happening here in the second half. Going to take a 10-minute break. Turn the volume off, and we'll see you back in a few minutes.
Guess what? For the rest of your life, you're going to be big. Stay little as long as you can. That's the best advice I got for you. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Welcome back here at the Athlete Institute. Got a minute or two before we get the game going again. Normally I go out at halftime and stand outside and check my phone, but I now have the Wi-Fi password to the gym, so I don't need to. So chilling here. What a game we got. Orangeville up 44-39. First half mentioned, Fulmina, the 6'11 guy who's got a bunch of high major offers right now. I know he took his visit down to Washington State. I'm hoping to chat with Jeremy after the game to see where he's at with his recruitment. But Florida State, I know in the mix, Georgetown, a bunch of other schools. I believe he's at Tennessee, which I think he just suits Tennessee so perfectly. But anyways, that's my opinion, but is what it is. A lot of these schools were, had seen Jeremy last year as well when he was down in Florida, also playing for the Georgia Stars in EYBL. And then you had Justin Chase come out in the second quarter and just possessed jump shot after jump shot. And then the big dunk. And there was some controversy on that. Justin out of Toronto, class of 2023. So Justin's got another year in him. I mean, you see the athleticism. It is off the charts. And the way I've seen him progress this year, never mind he's got a whole of the year left. My goodness, he's certainly going to get some high major offers. When you have his athleticism, he's got the mid-range jumper now. Now if he can get his three-point, that's next year, I believe. Tony will have him working on that three-point shot. And, this is a guy right now could play mid-major ball. You give him another year in this system, and he's going to have a boatload of high major offers. Rory Stewart, a little cold today. Monegro having a day. He's been outstanding. Jalik had a good start to the game, then got buried on the bench. Keontae Beals playing some good D. So going back to the original starting lineup, looks like it's going to be Jalik Dunkley Distant, Jefferson Monegro, Rory Stewart, Jeremy Fulmina, and Keontae Beals. On the floor for Jay Addison is Baraka Akoyo, who was outstanding in the first half, as well as number 12, Stephen Akoyo, also outstanding. Number 3, Jonathan Good. 11, Darius Morris, who hit a couple big threes. That boy can shoot. Let him shoot some more. And looks like number 23, Jason Taylor, out there as well. So we got a game here, folks. Start of the second half. I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play. Shout out to my guy Josh Milliken out there from North Pole. I know he's watching, so I'm tweeting a couple highlights. Corner 3, Jason Taylor, air ball. Hey, Josh, there's a pretty good commentator here. No need to mute the sound on the highlights when you show them. And Jalik Dunkley Distant, it's an offensive foul. Not going to count, doesn't look like. Is it? Yeah, they're calling it on Jalik. Jalik thought he got the and one, which I thought it was a charge. Jalik did lean into him. 5-point lead for Orangeville. I don't believe they've had bigger than a 5-point lead at any point tonight. Also want to shout out my guy Shane Sterling, who pointed out to me, because I called the Orangeville uniforms white with black and silver trim. They are gold trim. I'm an old man who's blind. I'm wearing my glasses. Shane's the one who designed them. He's like, it's gold, trust me. So my apologies. Lovely little floater, Darius Morris. This guy can play, man. Let him shoot. Jay Addison's got to find more shots for him. Monegro behind the back. Oh, Jeff putting on a clinic. Calm, cool, collected. Jefferson Monegro. Jonathan Good. Baraka Akoyo. Inside to Akoyo. Oh! Jalik denies! Jalik Dunkley distance. Big defensive play. That's what Jalik can do. I mean, he's just freakishly athletic. When he's starting to play defense like that, watch out, man. And that's Keontae, left-handed kiss off the glass. Keontae Beals. That's just beautiful. Orangeville 48, Jay Addison 43. Akoyo direct in traffic. Jalik almost baiting him. Nice kick out, Morris, why not? Ooh, just missed. Baraka Akoyo, too strong. Rebound, Jason Taylor. And no one on Orangeville defending him. Jason Taylor cuts the lead down to 3. Beals. Monegro underneath the hoop, feet inside. Jalik, I mean, there's that athleticism. Jalik Dunkley distant, just adjusts midair. And the feed from Monegro. Orangeville taking it to a new level. That's the thing I've noticed from Jeff. Whenever it's kind of a ho-hum game, Jeff doesn't get inspired. Whenever the game's intense, he takes it to a whole new level. Mentioned a couple weeks ago, I went and watched the boys play down at the Pan Am Center at Morningside in the 401 against Crestwood on a weekend. I think it was a Sunday afternoon. Sat there with my guy Shane Sterling, watched the game. But just watching Jeff in that game, because it was just a back and forth, some of the best players in the country, and Jeff, whole new level, whole different player when he's playing against guys. So he's got that gear going tonight, Jefferson Monegro. Baraka Akoyo at the line. He's played for Canada at the U16 level. Also Canada Elite. You can see why this guy can play. I don't have any information on what year these boys are on Jay Addison. None of that. Normally I get that from the OSBA site. That info currently not on there, so I don't have what classes, like class of 2022, 23, whatever, for any of the Jay Addison guys, so forgive me. All I know is, man, they got some guys, man. They got some players. This is a team that's certainly going to be in the mix for the OSBA championship. I want to get a look, ball bouncing around at this Fort Erie, Leonard Miller, and Jay Addison's got numbers, and I'm not sure why they stopped it. I think they thought Fulmina was injured. I thought they should have let the play continue. So there's a foul. I don't know what the call is here. So the ref's calling the other refs in. Well, yeah, talking about Leonard Miller down at Fort Erie. He is having some season, definitely going to be in the mix for OSBA MVP. So I got to think Fulmina is going to be in that mix as well. But I didn't even realize, called Leonard's game. He was part of the BioSteel Futures game, 2018 or 19 when I was up here calling it. With a young man named Shaden Sharp was in that game. #1 recruit in the country this year. Just signed with Kentucky. Looks like Shaden is going to start playing for Kentucky soon. I follow one of the Kentucky beat writers on Twitter, and he's been talking about, looks like Shaden going to be in there. A bunch of other huge names on that list. While these guys are arguing, let me see if I can pull that up, because I had the graphic. I saw some dude who's like an NBA scout post, and I'm like, hey, I called that game. Where is that list? Oh, here we go. Enoch Boake, where is he? Down at Arizona State. I remember he initially committed to Michigan State. Baraka Akoyo taking a couple free throws here. Zayden Cross, who's over at Crestwood, who's having some season. Man, that guy's a player. Speaking of the game I went to go watch against Orangeville Crestwood, Zayden Cross in that game, unbelievable. Elijah Fisher, of course. Tyler Garcia, who's right here playing. Justice Gordon, Shaden Sharp, Cole Scott, one of my guys. I don't know where Cole is right now. Noah Nagamba, Leonard Miller. Olivier Maxence Prosper, who originally committed to Clemson, is now playing for Marquette. Watched him the other night. And DJ Jackson, who is down at Montverde, one of the highest recruited kids in the country in the U.S. right now, all in that BioSteel Futures game. And this young guy Garcia here. Tossed ahead. Jalik. Oh, my gosh. chases it down, hammers it away. Jalik Dunkley distant. Remember that athleticism I was just talking about? My goodness. Jalik, next level. Floater, and there's Jalik on defense. Did he get called for it? Yes. Foul on Jalik. I think that's his second. Shout out to Jesse Tipping if you're out there watching. I haven't seen him in the building. (52-46), 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Laraka Akoyo, mentioned from Caledon, which is just down the street, just down Highway 10. Not far from this building right now. Misses the second, but good hustle, Jason Taylor. Garcia denied by Rory Stewart. Garcia attacks inside to Taylor. Shot obstructed by Fomina, and he gets the rebound. And what's this call? Foul on Jason Taylor, a hold. Let them play, referee. Taylor obviously shocked, as well as the Jay Addison head coach. Now he's yelling at his own player. You know what? Coach let him off the hook. That was on, I didn't see any contact there. So now we got Monegro. What is it, a 1-and-1? Or is it just 2 shots? I'm going to find out here. Monegro, also out of Montreal. He's a class of 2022. Rated as a 5-leaf prospect by my guy Wes Brown, Monday Morning Scouting Report. Formerly from TRC Academy. You mentioned, one of the most highly recruited guards in Canada right now. Mentioned, drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. If you're out there listening, let me know what's good. Also, check out my website, undraftedfreeagent.com. I'll be posting some highlights and interviews after the game. Plenty of highlights to show from tonight's game. We're chatting about some of the other Orangeville alum. We got Ben Hendricks down at Ball State. Ben is dealing with an injury, hasn't played yet this year. I don't know if he's scheduled to play at all this season, if he's coming back. But I've watched Ball State a few times, and you just see Ben sitting there in track pants on the side. So all the best to him and his family and a quick recovery. Got Tyree Samuel down at Seton Hall, coming off the bench for a really good Seton Hall team. Probably going to see them in the NCAA tournament. And then you got James Carnick down in BC, who's in his 6th year. So everyone gets a wash because of last year. They get a do-over. So Carnick played his first couple of years at Lehigh. And pretty good player. And then transferred last year to Boston College. 6'9" forward. Physically, he reminds me a little bit of Rory, except James now, obviously, James got to be, 22, 23, maybe even 24. He's got a man's body, so I remember calling a couple games with James. I think he was on the same team as O'Shea Brissett, from what I remember. Howard Washington Jr. in that group. Monegro, shot clock winding down. Tissington off the back of the rim, too much. Rebounds. That's Josh Luzayamo. Oh. Baraka Akoyo just wildly gets the finish, but hey, didn't look pretty, but it counted. He's having a night. Five-point game, Orangeville leads. Monegro inside to Fomina. Ugly shot, no arc on that. Oh, lovely bounce pass. Garcia's going to get eaten alive, though. And nice little hesitation move, and Akoyo couldn't get the follow. Monegro. Oh! Jefferson Monegro, and there's a reason he's a 5-leaf prospect. Oh, remember that next level I was talking about? There it is. Jefferson Monegro wants to take over the game. Wow, could that be the highlight of the night? Garcia, feet inside. Akoyo! Stephen Akoyo, the response for Jay Addison. Hey, that's what they needed. They needed something big after that dunk. Rory, delicious from the free throw line. Largest lead of the game for Orangeville at 7. Atmosphere heating up. Wish there was fans, fully fans in here. And it's going to be a foul called against Akoyo. So that's got to put him in trouble. You may see him on the bench now. Stephen Akoyo. Is that him? No. No, he's not taking a break yet. So big turnover there with that foul. So this is the largest lead of the game, believe it or not, for Orangeville. 58-51, 4:33 to go. Monegro, so Jay Addison trying to get a turnover. Engen, Orangeville's got numbers 3-on-2. Rory, why not take it? Rory, short, gets the roll. Rory Stewart, hey, after the first half he deserved that roll. Rory Stewart heating up. Largest lead of the ball game, 61-51. Orangeville prep in front. Garcia trips, and luckily, Baraka Akoyo calmly scoops that up. Shot clock at 7. He's been given way too much space by Oliver. Kick out. No, it should be, yeah. Rory Stewart knocked that out. So Jay Addison, 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and they're going to take a timeout, it looks, because they draw up a play here. So this is a big possession here for Jay Addison. They got to get a shot. They don't want to see that lead hit further double digits. So wise coaching decision here from Jay Addison. So what a game, man. Heating up. I mean, that dunk, Monegro, I mean, just coast to coast, elevates, suspends, and then hammers that down. Keep in mind, Monegro, what has he got him listed at here? 6'4"? But just that explosiveness, I mean, that's a Division I guard right there, what you just saw. And then, hey, what a response from Jay Addison, though. Stephen Akoyo, the big man, huge dunk down the other end. And that's a Division I player you're looking at as well. The talent in this league, it rightfully deserves to be deemed elite by the government of Canada. That's why these boys are playing. But hey, while we're out there, I'm stay away from the politics on the live stream here, but the OUA and the OCAA needs to be deemed elite. And I think everyone, not just in the basketball community, whether it's volleyball, hockey, soccer, football, all of it, the OUA and the OCAA are elite, and those men and women should be playing right now. There, I said it. Back to the action. Orangeville up 61-51. First it was Fulmina in the first quarter, then it was Justin Chase, who's been on the bench, and now it's Jeff Monegro here in the third quarter, taking over. Shot clock winding down, air ball. Unlucky for Darius Morris. Monegro lost a handle on it and then wisely resets. Clever. Monegro guarded by Good. Jeff over top of Akoyo and one. Jefferson Monegro over top of Stephen Akoyo, and that's going to put him in foul trouble. And just as I was saying, hey, this third quarter is all Monegro. Puts the lead to 12 to make it 13 at the line here. Well, now I got to talk to Jeff after the game. Converts. Jeff, he's the silent assassin. Very quiet young man, but so calm and cool. You never see him, frazzled or frustrated or playing out of control or playing with too much emotion. The guy is just a cool customer, man. Love his game. Fulmina to Rory, spots her for 3. Hey, that's the analytics, and that's Rory Stewart. Huge 3. Rory heating up, and Fulmina loves it. 16-point lead, 67-51. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Orangeville Prep. Different gear, different level. Baraka Akoyo denied. And there's Monegro with a block now. Getting it done on both ends. Monegro. Whew. All of a sudden, the lead just jumped to 16 out of nowhere. So if you're Jay Addison, so we're seeing a substitution here. Sina Ayerman seeing his first action, number 13. Talked about this. Jay Addison played last night, so off the top, I wondered where their legs would be in the second half. Maybe we're finding out a little. Good. Foot was on the line. It was an air ball anyways. Monegro up to Tizington. Remy, little floater. Too much. Rebound, Akoyo. Jay Addison. Ayerman chases that down. Clever pass. Darius Morris gets the roll. Darius Morris. Really nice player. Stolen by Akoyo. 3-on-1. Akoyo. And how he wasn't fouled, I don't know. Darius Morris, hey. And Jay Addison needed that big. They need something to settle here. Engen. I want to see Monegro take this. Oh, hey, or Rory, why not? Fulmina. Little old school basketball turnaround and one. The sky hook. Jeremy Fulmina. See, I'm old school, man. I love, 6'11", 7-foot guys in the paint, back to the basket. I'm a Patrick Ewing fan. Akeem Olajuwon. This is the kind of Patrick, all these guys. This is the basketball that I love, and Jeremy Fulmina is that throwback. Converts, three-point play. Fulmina having a night. Earlier in the season, Tony McIntyre told me this guy's probably the best big man that's ever put on an Orangeville jersey, and that's saying a lot when you think of some of the big men, some of the guys I've just talked about, the alumni in the NCAA right now. A lot of guards in the NBA, all Orangeville guards, and what was that, an offensive on who? I don't know who. A turnover. I didn't get the call. 70-53, so this one getting away from Jay Addison just in the blink of an eye. Monegro coast to coast again. Kick out Rory. Too much. And almost stolen. Okoje. Jonathan Good. Okoye guarded by Engen. Now keep in mind, Orangeville has created this 17-point lead with Justin Chase on the bench. Ayerman, short, rebound Fulmina. Jalik Dunkley-Diston on the bench. Kenyon Sterling, a regular starter on the bench. They got a lot of the young guys out there, along with the future Division I players. But they're still opening up a 17-point lead. That's the difference, right? Keontae Beal's the starter, also on the bench. Janai hasn't played a lot tonight. Also got some of the other youngsters there. Elijah Patterson. And as well as Aaron Abunabi we've yet to see tonight. What a game. So we're going to be back here Friday night, mentioned against Toronto, and there's a technical against the Jay Addison head coach. So back Friday against Toronto Prep. And then Ridley on Monday, January 31st. And then the big one against Royal Crown up here. I believe it's Wednesday, February 9th. And I'm going to be on the call for all those games. I always love seeing Ridley. They got some guys over the years. Obviously, watch Charles, a guy named Charles Bediaku, who now playing with Alabama, was a 5-star recruit, had offers from Duke, and you name it, all the blue bloods, and he chose Alabama. Playing for my guy Nate Oates. I know Nate a little bit, the head coach at Alabama, because he used to be the Buffalo head coach and interviewed him a number of times, and pretty good relationship with him. Obviously, that's where Josh Primo, now with San Antonio, another Canadian. And then also Jaden Bediako, formerly from Ridley, now down at Santa Clara, which Miguel Tomley, another former Orangeville guy who ended up transferring out, but also down at Santa Clara. I think Santa Clara's got 5 Canadians the last time I checked. Josip Vrancic, forget who I'm missing. They got a young kid they recruited and then a transfer. So yeah, I believe there's 5. Northeastern with 4 that I know of. Jameel Telfort, the 2 Orangeville kids, Nawaga and Stuka, as well as Nikola Jogala, who's another guy that was out of here, played at Notre Dame before. Baraka Akoyo, in and out, unlucky. And that shot right there sums up Jay Addison's second half. Push ahead, Rory. Oh, that would have been fun. Okoye, coast to coast. Is he going to take on Famina? Does, wisely. Jeremy, no foul. But Baraka Okoye, nice finish on that. Five seconds left in the third. Monegro showing his ball handling and showing his everything. Everything but the finish. So that third quarter belonged to Jefferson Monegro. My goodness. Now the lead, 18, 73-55. Welcome to Orangeville Prep. So of course, I'm Chris McKee. Drop me a line on Twitter, at Mr. McKee. Check out my website, undraftedfreeagent.com. Drop a line on those socials as well. Building that Instagram. I'll have some highlights probably by tomorrow. I don't really have too much of a plan tomorrow. Busy Friday before we head back up here. So we'll probably get some highlights cut tomorrow on that. And, of course, follow Orangeville Prep on Twitter, Instagram. I think they have a Facebook group. And also check out the OSBA as well. Drop them a line on Instagram showing some of the men and women that have played in the OSBA over the years. I haven't done any women's games this year, obviously, or last year, but in the years before that, really enjoyed doing a lot of the women's games. I just saw my girl Cheyenne Day Wilson, who's now playing for Duke University, was named ACC Freshman of the Week. My guy Drew from On Point posted that on his Instagram. Check out On Point. Who's got to show love to Drew? Give him a follow on Instagram. And also, I still follow, we follow each other, Aaliyah Edwards down at UConn and her mom Jackie. And just seen today, game day, Jackie's down watching Aaliyah at UConn, one of the best women's teams in the country. Aaliyah, of course, played in the last Olympics as an 18-year-old. I think she was the youngest woman on the Canadian national team. I believe so. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty certain she was. Aaliyah will be a fixture with the women's team for, gosh, hopefully the next decade or so. I think Cheyenne will work her way into that in a couple of years. Also saw OSBA posting about Kobe Elvis. Kobe obviously started at Southwest Academy, then transferred to Bill Carruthers, was the OSBA MVP a couple of years ago in 2019, I believe. Started at DePaul. They were horrible last year. Their coach got fired. And so Kobe has transferred to Dayton, now playing in the A-10. He's had some pretty good games. I've seen him a couple times this year so far. Rory to Angan. Tissington. Remy's had a lot of minutes here. Orangeville. Rory. Oh, in and out. The one thing I do love Rory, you know, he's kind of like that quarterback that doesn't care about throwing the interception. He'll go back there and throw it again. He's got a short memory, and if you're a shooter, it's good to have. Garcia. Oh, Akoyo couldn't follow. Had a smile on his face, wanted that one. Monegro tried to go underneath. Famina, easy roll in. Jeff went down hard. He's up fine. 20-point lead. Largest of the game right now. 9:10 to go. Ooh, almost threw that away. Saved by Taylor. Darius Morris from the corner. Akoyo. Over top of Famina. And Taylor couldn't follow. Jeremy with a travel. Good call, referee. The dunk looked good, though. So this reminds me, the other night, I watched Gonzaga, who was number 1 the other day, but even though they won, got dropped to number 2. Auburn now number 1. I watched Gonzaga versus San Francisco. San Francisco going into the game was 15-3, really good team. Good first half, kind of, and then that third quarter, the Zags just different gear, different guys, NBA guys, and almost played out identical to this game right here. Just the Monegros and Fominas showing that different gear. Taylor out to Morris. Little jumper, air ball. The foul on Akoyo. That's got to be 5, isn't it? How many fouls did he get? Uh-oh, something's happening with my cords. The wires here starting to make some noise. Forgive me if you're trying to get these wires set. All right. Nope, I can't hear myself now. Check, check. Okay, there we go. Fomina from the baseline. And I don't know if I'm, yeah, we are being heard, okay. Josh Luzayamo with that loose ball for Jay Addison. Garcia from way downtown, why not? Jeremy scoops that up. You know, for a 6'11 guy, Jeremy likes to handle the ball. And I think at the next level, he's got to get rid of that notion. A foul on Taylor. He did bump Rory. So Rory should shoot 2. Check, check. Can you hear me? All right, there we go. Check, check. Boom. Okay. I was just hearing some technical issues here. The wires were buzzing in my ear, so hopefully not for you at home. Well, yeah, I mentioned Fomina, 6'11", right? But when you get to that college or NBA level, you don't want to see dude like that dribbling unless your name's Kevin Durant. Aside from that, the big guys just leave that ball for the guards. 7:52, Orangeville different gear in the second half. Jay Addison looks like they just ran out of gas looking over at their bench. Every single guy, hands on hips. Other guys sitting on the bench with mouth open, breathing hard. I mean, Orangeville, like I said, they've run through just about their entire rotation. Everyone chilling out there. Deep, deep team. I think that's the difference between Orangeville and a lot of other teams, right? That depth. So really excited for that February 9 matchup against Royal Crown, the only team to beat them in 2 years in Canada. Well, in the OSBA anyways. Fomina, little baseline jumper. Just padding the stats. Lead to 22. And a turnover, Jay Addison. Remy, no good. Garcia. Too strong. I think Garcia's got to work on a quicker release. It's a very slow, predictable release, which means he needs a lot of time. Oh, Monegro doesn't need any time at all over everyone. But I think Garcia's got to work on a quicker trigger. It's just too slow. Corner, Darius Morris. He could have drew the foul if he'd leaned into Jeff. Garcia, delicious, nice. From the top of the arc, just inside the free throw line. 6:30 to go in the ball game. Tissington spins around. Fomina finishes that off and then raises the roof. I mean, it's hard to pick an MVP tonight or player of the game. I mean, it's Fomina or Monegro. Remy, baseline jumper, Remy Tissington. Akoyo trying to back down Fulmina. And just luck not on the side of Jay Addison. Shots falling in and out. Fulmina for three. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, big man. Let him know the range, too. Jeremy Fulmina blowing kisses to the crowd. Well, I like that. You got Drew Timme. He's got the mustache. There's Garcia with a response for three, but Gonzaga's Drew Timme after a big three wipes his mustache. I like Fulmina's kiss to the crowd. Very French. Very good. Save ball. Timeout on the floor. Just over 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Orangeville comfortably in front. 86. What they just added? 86-60. They just updated the board. I don't know. That can't be right. So he's got a message. Okoro. See, I spoke with him before the game. We got Coach Floresinate messaged me on Twitter, and he spelled his name for me, Akoyo. I said it to him 3 times, so Okoro. So yeah, Steven spelled his name for me, so forgive me. Just responding to him on Twitter right now. All right, back to it. Orangeville up by 26, so this one comfortable. Forgive me, I was just responding to some of the family and friends out there. Now we got Justin Chase back in. Let's see if he can add to his highlight reel and baseline jumper, but he's fouled. He'll shoot a couple free throws. Mentioned Justin, class of 2023. Played for AI Black, which is one of the other teams. Orangeville used to have 3 separate teams up here. First there was 2. First there was AI, Athlete Institute, and Orangeville Prep for years. And then they went with 3, where they put Orangeville was like the main squad, and AI Black and AI Red were like development squads, a lot of the younger kids. Justin was on that team a couple of years ago. Really impressed. I mean, you can see him all over social media. I've seen him on Overtime Canada quite a bit for some of his dunks, and all those people with the cameras at these games for the Instagram highlights. Justin Chase, definitely a favorite. Justin, a former OFSA champion in triple jump and long jump. Formerly from Pope John Paul High School. Fulmina disrupting more shots and another rebound. Rory Engen in the corner to Chase for 3. Ooh. And then Rory denied. And then he follows Luzayamo. Garcia, no roll. Tipped out, so Jay Addison going to their bench. Liam Shaw for 3. Bingo. So they brought, Shaw didn't play a lick in the first half until the last 3 seconds. They brought him in to take that last shot. Didn't hit it, but he hits that 3. Now we can see why he was put in there. And Fulmina Back-to-back threes for the 6'11 five-star recruit, or five-leaf recruit. Well, they always say you can't make it to the NBA unless you can shoot, regardless if you're 6'11. Fomina's showing it right there. That's a guy who's definitely, if he has the college career he's supposed to, and isn't impatient transferring around to 7 different schools like some of these kids, sit there and find the right program. I'd love to see him in the SEC or ACC. We'll see how that goes. I think his game just fits so well for there. That should be it for the big man tonight. 92-63. Sterling back into the game. Love to see Ken hit a couple shots here. Monegro lost the handle. Aaron Abunabi in for the first time. Swish! Aaron Abunabi ice cold off the bench. No problem. Big three. Aaron out of Guelph. Another guy that played for AI Black a couple years ago. Seen Aaron quite a bit up here the past couple of years. Shaw, back-to-back threes, Liam Shaw. So if he's hitting those threes, my question is, why is he only seeing minutes right now? Could have used that a little earlier. Looks like we're going to see Elijah Patterson as well. Abunabi, heat check. Oh. And Rory, clever. Abunabi, a floater. Rory fighting for it. And Rory, he can't get that reverse under the basket. He's tried it 2 or 3 times tonight. And that's a charge. As obvious as it comes. And how many fouls does Steven have tonight? That's quite a bit. That's got to be him done. Yeah, he's getting called out. I think that's him fouled out. 5, yeah. So both coaches kind of emptying the bench right now, as Orangeville will improve to 5-1 in OSBA play. Jay Addison will drop to 5-3. Tough schedule for them back-to-back. You know, that game last night, big win, and then now you got to go on the road up to Orangeville. By the way, it is about minus 13 or 14 outside. I still went for a 5K run in that today. There's some days where it's just so insane. When we hit those minus 20-somethings, man, Elijah Patterson just comes in and gets caught with a double dribble. And it looks like Cena Ayerman was kind of getting into it with him. And Sterling comes over to defend the youngster. So Elijah Patterson, the younger brother of Addison Patterson, one of the best guys to ever step through this gym. Ayerman. And Elijah's fouls Ayerman. So Elijah is a class of 2026. So there we go. That's one of those, you know, that's a long way away. I said this last game, I hope I'm alive in 2026. God help me. I talked earlier, I was on the Missouri Valley Coaches Conference call Monday morning, every Monday. Go on and all the coaches get on. There's about a dozen of us in the press. And Valparaiso head coach Matt Lodich was praising Darius Diavero during the call on Monday. That was cool to see. I got added today or yesterday to the West Coast Conference. That's what Gonzaga's in, Santa Clara, Pepperdine, Portland. Who shout out to Jeremy Pope. Nice spin. Cena Ayerman. Lovely. Nice basket. We got Jeremy Pope, who's an assistant coach, now down for the Portland Pilots, who play in the West Coast Conference. I got added to the Sun Belt media list and the Mid-American, I mentioned earlier, with Toledo and Ohio and Akron, all those schools in it. Kick out. Elijah can't hit the floater. Janai doing what he does, get loose balls. Justin Chase, swish. I mean, it's just a thing of beauty, his mid-range jumper. Orangeville trying to hang 100 on Jay Addison. Airman. Rebound, Sterling. Elijah slowing things down. We got to get Ken his shot. A little reckless on that pass, but Abu Nabi bails him out. Elijah, and denied. See who that is for the first time. Looks like Arjon Bardwaj seeing his first action. Number 8. Hey, nice play. Now he's getting into it with Janai. That's too much. You know, he's all amped. He just came off the bench, got the big block, and then he just literally body checks Janai. And Janai's a lot bigger and more muscular than him. You got to pick your battles, young man. And I love Janai. He plays with passion and a chip on his shoulder. It's great to see. Chase, guarded by Kevin Dong, number 4, seeing some action. Abu Nabi for 3, Aaron short. And then Janai is just a rebounding machine. Aaron, went down hard. Bardwaj took that. So Janai, and trust me, I mean this as a compliment. Janai reminds me so much as a player as Dennis Rodman. Not the Dennis Rodman, you know, guy you saw on the tabloid shows. You got to realize Dennis Rodman led the NBA in rebounding for like years, like a decade. The guy could play. And I think Janai, he's got a very similar game where he doesn't really care too much about taking his shots. He's just willing to do all that dirty work. He's a rebounding machine, really studies where shots are kind of coming off the rim and that. And I think there's a place for guys like that on every college basketball team. Airman switches to his left hand. Nice little roll. Cena Airman. Cena out of Markham. Played at the Toronto B-Ball Academy when he was younger. Elijah looking for help. Picked up his dribble. Under 30 seconds left. Let's get to 100 here, Orangeville. Chase, guarded by Dong. Justin. And just elevates. Can't get it to go. And there's Janai with the rebound. Janai Dunkley distant. If you need him, gets it to 100. Let's just hope Janai doesn't get any face piercings or 700 tattoos like Rodman. Chase, and that'll do it. So it was a close first half, and then Orangeville does what they do, pulled away in the second half. And that matchup with Royal Crown February 9th looming a lot larger right now. So thanks for joining me. I'm Chris McKee. Again, drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Check out undraftedfreeagent.com. Check out all the Orangeville socials. Orangeville Prep on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Anyways, I'll be back here on Friday for the call. We'll see you then.